if someone was to ask me what is pop punk music, I reckon I would show them this album. It is so.
I would agree with that.
It's so pop punk.
Absolutely.
Like that's not a I guess that's a compliment actually. Like that they nailed what the genre. I guess like I read a lot of things that people said this was like a genre defining and genre changing album. Like obviously I can't really speak to that because I wasn't in the scene at the moment at that time. But I don't know. Did you kind of get that listening to it?
It was definitely like the record before this. They'd kind of done like it was more uplifting lyrically. They had this motif that ran through their previous record that was "I'm Not Sad Anymore," which is kind of like I remember being 16 and thinking that was like the most deepest thing I'd ever heard in my life.
It's poetic.
You know, like if I'd been allowed, I would have tattooed that all over myself. And I'm glad I wasn't. But, you know, they kind of had like a bit more of a, not a positive outlook, but like optimistic. It was like, instead of, you know, sad boy, like my girlfriend dumped me, this sucks, kind of classic cookie cutter pop punk. That's kind of like Newfound Glory and stuff we're doing. They were kind of a bit more, I guess, like intelligent and had like a bit more of like a line of optimism running through the music. And I know that like Dan, the singer, is a big fan of a poet called Bukowski. So he was like really well read, so knew how to write a bit more, you know, poetically, I guess. So yeah, I would definitely say it shook the genre up a bit in terms of made bands think a bit more about like what their message was and what they were writing, and they couldn't just, you know, put a two-step beat behind some emo lyrics.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of the time he's just describing his day. like there's the line on Don't Let Me Cave In. It's just like, I mean, you could pick any line from any song, but this one's like, I spent last night getting Mexican outside the Logan Square basement show with Evan. It's just like, yeah, cool. Yeah. I know what this song, like, which is cool. It makes it super easy to relate to and like connect with. But which I think that kind of like songwriting is more prominent in a lot of pop punk now as well. Like as you said, like older bands, even like Blink-182, Green Day, they weren't as specific. They were very broad in general. But now, like bands like Modern Baseball, I mean, they're not really doing much now, but they were incredibly specific with their lyrics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, they tell you exactly what they're doing, exactly what they're thinking.